And that's the part that when movies come here, they like Rescue High Surf. We in Mililani, and we get one office, so we got to go just retrofit something. Aloha, same thing. They got to go retrofit an old warehouse that's dilapidated. We have Diamond Head Studios, but it's not to the specs of. I mean, it's great and it's workable, but the way it is now, and then with our new technology we have now, I mean, God, they did Mandalorian with this LED screen. It's crazy. We can do that. We can do that here. Again, it's I feel if when production comes here, like anything, we always say, when you come to our area, leave it better than when you left it. So in other words, just invest in something and leave it back because maybe we can use that later. So that's the kind of thing too. And then even with the state, right? Because again, our senators working real hard. They're trying to figure out ways with what education they have. So it's gonna take people like us to go there, sit down with them, and just make them understand, severity of where we at right now. Because we at this point right now where we on the edge of one cliff and we falling. We actually falling. We're not leaning. We're falling, and we have two shows that is pending on this incentive right now: Rescue High Surf and Chief of War. The question is, are they going to come back second season? They probably going to get greenlit. Well, so we'll see. But at the same time, too, is it feasible? Because why would they come here if it's not? And then again, if they don't come here, all eyes are on those two shows. What other show would invest if two successful shows pulling out? Common sense.
Yeah, I know that it comes down to budget and stuff.
It comes down to a lot of things, right? It is the financial budget, how you can make things meet. Having the state just kind of like keep us in surviving mode, at least to where we can have these productions come back. And then once we start working, now we can put the money to use. Because I tell you what the film industry does. It doesn't just benefit the people who are working in the film industry. It really lubricates the economy around us. Because who benefits? The rental car business, the airlines, the hotels,
food, catering,
the food, the catering, the materials that we got to build for the sets, all those kind of things. The people who are, putting out T-shirts, they got to print, the textile people and stuff too. So there's the printing people. We affect so much around people and give them so much opportunity and growth. That's the thing that I think they got to realize. You may put maybe money in here, but it really lubricates all over the place. And the other part too is, industry, as you grow the industry, workforce development, a lot of us who work in the film industry own houses. It's not like the tourist industry where you work from paycheck to paycheck and you got to find an extra job, and not putting them down. It's just the reality of what it is. But in the film industry, a lot of the guys, they own houses. They can put their kids to school. I like to see more locals get that opportunity. Not just me. I don't like be, fortunate. I don't like even being entitled. I like to see who's the next, locals that can really benefit from this. Yeah.
But Brian, did you think about this? Why would we invest in that when we can invest in a $6 billion railroad project and have meetings about National Kimchi Day?
Oh yeah,
we gotta think of our priorities here, right?
Yeah.
No, it's crazy because like hearing that and thinking like, wow, yeah, over the last 10 years, we could have had studios built.
We could have had mega
studios. With all of our taxpayer monies, right?
I tell you one crazy one is like people come to us for water, right? Our knowledge, and we film. Rescue High Surf is a prime example, but we film all over the place with water, and we don't have we have the worst water tank at Diamond Head. It's sad. It's covered up. We help design and develop some of the best ones too. It's like make one, because if you make one, people gonna come. Not all the time the ocean is going to be calm or going to have the visibility or have the right lighting. Everything in film, it's all about time and controllability. So if you're on studio, you can control your sound, you can control your lighting. That's the part where time and money just going, at least, make their budget, right? That's the thing and stuff too. And again, I mean, it's like we get to see Riders production, right? What Candy and them doing with the kids, great for our kids, and even Chris Lee, the stuff that he's doing with UH, amazing stuff. So it's like we should be working all together, and then just trying to see how can we branch out and keep making those. You don't have to make big moves; just move, just keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just so to sum it all up, we won't be able to do anything unless we get help from the state.
Right now, yeah.
So our future is basically resting on their paperwork.
Yeah,
Right?
right now we are. So having the mentality of, oh, we got the best in Hawaii, or we got the best islands, all this. I tell you, I've been in the whole world, and we've shot Hawaii in New Zealand, we've shot Hawaii in Australia, we've shot Hawaii in Barbados, we've shot Hawaii in Florida. Moana was shot in Atlanta. That's the thing. So we kind of have this mindset that, oh, they're going to come to us. We have to work hard. We have to earn what we're going to have. To be entitled to say, hey, they're going to come to us. That's not the reality. It's just, dreaming that it's going to happen. It's not going to manifest unless you put the hard work in. Well, let me change that. It's not you, it's we.
Yeah.
Because we got to stand in this together.
Yeah. It makes so much sense to have a studio here that, we talk about tourism being our number one, like the best thing for our economy. Like bringing films here can bring so much to the economy, right? Like you said, it lubricates all the other industries. So
I mean,
it
why
makes
not?
so much sense. I don't like if you're a senator listening to this, do it.
Well, why not do our own Hawaiian version of Universal, right?
Yeah.
Universal Studios. Why not make our own Hawaiian studios in on backlot with our own, like our own, develop with local people, like our forest in the background, and the backlot right there. And the to me, it's like the perfect. You get the studio inside, you go and, backdrop. Like Kualoa is one of the places that we film, God, so many times, right? But then, it's funny because, again, even people looking like, oh, it's Kualoa. You know what I mean? Whether it's Lost or whether it's Rescue High Surf or whatever, but it's great. I tell you, and John Morgan and those guys, I tell you, is so smart and so good what they're doing also too. And they really employ a lot of the locals. And when you go there and you see what they're doing, it's so smart, Yeah. Leaving up Jurassic Park, Mighty Joe Young, and 50 First Dates, and all these movies. When you walk in that timeline, I mean, people just amazed, like on small prop that was there, standing by that, and then, banking.
Yeah. So you're saying like we could have more things like Kualoa?
We either Kualoa, but the state can take advantage.
Yeah.
Like, why shouldn't the state benefit from these kind of things also too, to where tourists come in and they pay for them, and then, they can go around and. The whole thing is, how do we make one circular economy? How can we be self-sufficient and not rely on, but the other part too, you got to remember, what we're asking for is on tax incentive. It's money that's not even there yet, so right now it's zero. Like, there's nothing here.
Oh, there's absolutely nothing.
No, I mean, right now there's zero productions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But what's the tax incentive right now?
Well, I might be not saying what the details are without having them in front of me and stuff, but I think we're trying to get like 70 million on tax incentives.